This is lesson 6 in the Adobe Illustrator book, and the focus of this lesson is on color and painting. You want to begin by opening lesson 06 folder wherever you have it saved on your desktop, and you want to open up the L6End file, and you will see these three artboards. The fourth artboard is something that I've added. And after you have the file open, you're going to make sure that you can view all three artboards at the same time, and you're going to choose the selection tool, and you're going to click on this green color around the words pizza sauce, and we're going to start to look at the different controls that they've given us for color and identify the color characteristics, and then we're going to learn how to create custom colors, save them as swatches, use them in different color groups, and become familiar with how to add color to your illustrations. So once you have this file open, like I said, use the selection tool, click on the green color, and you'll notice that the fill box and the stroke box have taken on the characteristics of that area. The green color is a fill swatch that they've given us in the custom colors that they've created. The stroke is a light yellow, which is actually a Pantone color, and that's a faint yellow stroke that goes around the box. And that information also shows up on the right side toolbar. Down at the bottom you also have a fill box and a stroke box. Whichever one is forward or in front of the other is the one that's active. So right now stroke is behind, fill is in the front. If I switch them by using this swap fills arrow, you'll notice that the shape takes on the color characteristics of the other yellow color, and it's swapping the two colors between stroke and fill. The other information that you'll find is if you go up to your right side toolbar and you click on the color panel, the stroke and fill appear there also, and you have the option to switch them. You also have the option of converting them to the default of black and white fill with a black stroke. And then the information about that particular color is listed here if that's the prioritized color. So this green is made up of 73% cyan, 49% magenta, 79% yellow, and 35% black. If I switch this and I click on the stroke, you'll notice that that information changes, and now it's appropriate for that light yellow. So there are no percentages of any of the colors except 50% yellow. The slider indicates the value, and so if you go to the left it's going to be a lighter value. If you go to the right it's going to be a darker value, and you can see that most clearly with black here. It's still a yellow, but the amount of black in this particular swatch right now is 0. If I move it up the scale and you add more black, you'll notice that the value of that yellow color changes significantly. So this slider indicates the value and also the percentages of the different colors. The next two panels that we're going to continue to look at if you close the color panel, the icon right below that is the color guide. And right now the yellow is the prioritized color, so that's going to be shown here. If you hover over that area, it indicates that that's set the base color to the current color, and then it gives you information related to that color. If you click on this down arrow, it's the Harmony Rules menu, and it gives you a variety of different color palettes that give you different relationships of colors. So we're going to be talking about complementary, split complementary, analogous colors, monochromatic colors, and there's a variety of different pre-designed relationships that would relate to whatever color is currently selected. So in this case it's the light yellow. So that's your Harmony Rules menu. And then below that, there you have the swatches panel. And in the swatches panel, you have your standard swatches that we've been using throughout the semester, and if you drag down below, you'll notice the custom swatches that they've created for this particular project, but you're also going to be creating your own swatches and your own new color groups. So down below here, you have a few other buttons. This button down here is the library of swatches, and so there's a variety of different predetermined color groups. So if I click on foods and click on beverages, it brings up a listing of different color groups, and you'll notice that some of them remind you of different products, say 7-Up, Coca-Cola, different color groups that exist with different products. And so that's found under the Swatch Libraries menu. The next button here is Show Swatch Kinds menu, and tells you what kind of swatches you're going to be looking at. This is if you want to add a new color group, and this is if you want to add a new swatch. So we'll be looking at all three of those options as well. So these are the main menus for colorizing and adding color to your illustrations. The other one we're going to be using is Gradient. And Gradient, if you click on that, it brings up the dialog box. You can set it initially to some standard gradient formats, and then you're going to be able to choose your color off the gradient slider as well as your values. The other thing we'll be using is when you go up to the color menu, initially when you open it up it might look like this, and this is your spectrum slider, and if you pull this down it extends that. If you click anywhere on that, it becomes an eyedropper, and it will change the color based on wherever you click in the CMYK spectrum. So the next video short segment is going to be actually working through some of the lessons that they have given us in Lesson 6, using color, creating colors, saving colors as swatches, and saving colors as color groups.